Welcome to the Databricks Skill Builder series. We're glad you're here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Grant Doyle. I'm a senior solutions engineer at Databricks, and I'm on the Lakebase embedded product lead team where we go and talk to customers about Lakebase, show them what can be possible. And today I'm going to be showcasing how we can sync our Lakebase Postgres tables directly into a Delta table within your Lakehouse. This is really valuable if you have applications leveraging Lakebase and you want to perform analytics on your data in a more OLAP fashion, right? Like doing all of the complex aggregations and joins and groupings on a relational database like Postgres isn't really its intended use case. That's where Delta and Spark really shine. So let's get that data into the proper format where we can enable more efficiencies within those workflows. So real quick, I am in my branch overview of my Lakebase auto-scaling instance. I'm going to go over and view my tables. And if I switch to my public schema, you can see we have the initial playing with Lakebase table that you get when you navigate to the SQL editor on a new instance and create a table. Now, what I've done is I've added a 2 at the end there just to showcase something you'll see here in just a little bit. But this is the table that we will be syncing to our Delta table. Real quick, before we do this feature, what we need to do is go enable the private preview of Lakehouse Sync. So if you navigate out to your Lakehouse using the app switcher there, and you can hit this drop down next to your icon and select previews. Then just type in Lakebase and you'll see 2 features here that you may want to enable. The change data feed is the one we'll be talking about today for the Lakebase-to-Delta syncing. This Lakebase accelerated sync is a way to sync from Delta to Lakebase in a quicker fashion. So again, Lakebase for change data feed, make sure that is on. To confirm that that is on and you're able to leverage this preview, what we can do is go to this overview tab and you'll see this new Lakehouse Sync feature right here. Now for Lakehouse Sync to work, one of the things we need to do is issue an alter table statements. So if I navigate to my SQL editor, you can see I'm altering my Lakebase2 table with a replica identity of full. Now, one of the things that's worth noting is you can do this for every table within a given schema by running this one function. This documentation link will be provided in the YouTube channel or description. All right, so we've altered our table that has been ran. What we can do is navigate back to our overview panel, navigate to the Lakehouse Sync option, and we can hit Start Sync. I'm going to select the database, my source schema that I want to select the table from, and where I want to sync this table to. So I'm going to put it in this manufacturing catalog. Just for demo purposes, I'll put it into the demo schema. And you can see once we do that, we get a little mapping of the tables that exist within our Lakebase instance that are able to be sunk to Delta and are not. So this Lakebase2 table, that can be sunk to Delta because we ran the alter table statement against that. But we cannot with this table because we did not change the replica identity. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Start Sync. And you can see that this is syncing. Now, one of the things that's really cool is this leverages a backend Postgres extension called WAL2Delta. That is the write-ahead log of Postgres writing to a Delta table. So there is no pipeline. This is very different from the Delta to Postgres syncing, where there's a Spark declarative pipeline in the background managing that sync. This type of syncing is more managed, a bit more abstracted to where you're not seeing the pipeline. So what we can do is navigate it back out to our Unity catalog. I'm in my manufacturing catalog, the demo schema, and you can see we have our Lakebase2 history table. All right, so we can see that our table is syncing and we get the latest committed LSN. If I go back out to my Unity catalog, I'm going to look into my manufacturing catalog, the demo schema that we selected, and we can see we have our Lakebase 2 table with the history. And if we sample that data, we can take a look at all the different operations that have occurred. So what I'm going to do is hop back out into the SQL editor. I'll just change this back and get a few more additional rows. Okay, we inserted 12 new records. If I go to the table, see we now have 32 records. And if we hop back out to Unity Catalog, refresh our catalog, I'm going to refresh the table. You can see that we get those new 32 records all with inserts. So this is the write-ahead log data. If you were to get, other deletes, updates, all that good stuff, that would show up here as well. And promising about 5 seconds in a delay between when a change is written to Lakebase and when it shows up to Unity Catalog. So this has been how to sync data from Lakebase into Unity Catalog for advanced analytics. My name is Grant Doyle. Keep in tune with the Skill Builder channel to learn more. Thanks.